guys and gals. What is going on, everybody? Good morning to you, good afternoon, good evening. We are doing the Ironman challenge on the World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore server, which is called Skull Rock.
Greetings.
That is Iron Woman. That's our Night Elf Hunter. We're currently level 49, and we're rolling right along. Hope you guys and gals are doing well today. This episode, we're going to be doing a few things here. The first thing we're going to do is turn in the first half of a quest. Thank you, Saved by Grace. A little shout out there for letting me know. You can turn this first part in without actually, obviously, doing the actual escort. So this is a homing robot. Going to go turn it in. We'll kill some Yetis. Just pretty easy XP there. Turn it in, but I'm not actually going to pick up the quest and do the escort. It's just a little bit too risky. Then we're going to be coming up here and see if we can do some... We need some improved quality. We need to slay Rage Scar Yetis. Well, we need their hides. 10 of them is what we need there. And we will be doing that. Going to give it a shot. A little bit safer to go up there now. The level range here is 40 to 50 in Fairless, and we're close to the top now. So I was also thinking, right before I started recording, I was thinking about going up to, or over to Eastern Kingdoms and going to Searing Gorge. That level range is also 40 to 50. But I figured, well, if it's the same level range, it's the same risk. And I'm already here, so we'll just do this. Yeah. Anyway, it's a Sunday morning. Got some pretty terrible sleep last night. I mean, I was really tired, but I was up and down all night. I don't want to go into graphic details. I will just say that my stomach was wrecked. Just really... That's all I'm going to say. It was terrible. Not well, I mean, I have an idea of what happened, but that's enough of that. You guys, thanks. Thanks for that. I'm having my breakfast. So we're going to find our way into the cave. Back through it. That first opening, we'll turn in this quest. And the reason I'm not doing this escort quest is because there are 3 ambushes that take place. And I just don't feel comfortable taking on three mobs. Not at all. We did level up, and that means we are off of the max. As you can see, we're 7 points off two-handed axes and 3 points off crossbows. Not terrible, though. It's not that bad. You gotta go, sir. Skipping the gym today. Not quite feeling better yet. Alrighty, should be a patrol in here. One of the best things to do if you're, your stomach's upset or whatever, or just sick in general, stay hydrated, for sure. Drinking a lot of water today. I used to drink way too much water. Like a gallon or more a day, easily. But they're always doing new studies and finding out new information. When I was a kid, the 70s, God, how old are you, man? For a long time, they wanted you to drink 8 glasses of milk a day. Yeah, it's like a fucking gallon of milk or some stupid shit. All created by the milk industry, people who make milk. And there was always the commercials where it's good for your bones. The calcium is great for your bones. Turns out, drinking too much milk, over-calcifying your body, actually decreases your bone density. Has the exact opposite effect. I don't drink milk. If I have anything like that, it's like almond milk or something. I'm fairly intolerant, but yeah, I don't know. I saw a study recently. I mean, who knows, right? Who knows? Things change so much. But I was watching this lady. She's like, drink when you're thirsty. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Depends on what you're doing, though. I mean, if you're not a very active person, sure, drink when you're thirsty. If you're an athlete, you're probably going to want to hydrate yourself a bit more. I know some people in my family, they don't drink water because of the way they were, some of my younger cousins and stuff, because of the way they were brought up. I don't like the taste of water. Water's just gross like that. Yeah. A lot of obese people in my family. On my dad's side. I don't think there's anybody obese on my mom's side. I mean, I don't know them very well, but... Fast food generation, man. So this is what we need. So I'm just going to turn this bit in. And as far as the ambushes go, it's 3 to 4 mobs, I think. And it's just... It's tempting to do, right? But this is what... If you're doing a permadeath challenge, I've finally gotten it through my head. For the most part, I can't do stuff I would normally do when death doesn't matter, right? I just can't do it. As tempting as this is to do, like, oh, it's a green quest. No, I don't have any health. We don't have any stats. So, I'm going to bypass it. It's not worth the risk. But we can turn in this part. And we'll complete this. See how much XP we get here. That is exactly what Saved by Grace said I was going to get. Thank you so much for that. Great little tip there. It's easy XP. I read in the comments, Saved by Grace, let me know. They are attempting the Ironman Challenge official on the hardcore server. I think that is awesome, man. I love it. Personally, I just love a permadeath challenge. Makes the game more interesting when you have rule sets and things like that. Let me know how you do, seriously. I think it's awesome. World first pacifist. That's right, Saved by Grace. That is a hell of an achievement. Maybe try that one day. I just don't know how I could do it. I feel like if I did that, I would have to do it in Cataclysm, where you get XP from professions. I mean, like, mining, herb gathering. Although, what the pacifist challenge is, if you don't know, is you're not allowed to kill anything. No beasts, no humanoids, no critters, nothing. You basically have to accept quests where it's a no-kill quest, delivery quests, exploring areas is really all you can do. The repeatable quests that you could find, if there are repeatable quests where you don't kill something, that'd be another way to grind it. But think about it. I mean, that's a lot of time, a lot of dedication goes into that. Saved by Grace, if you're watching, I would be curious if you had any idea what your playtime was on that. If you ever looked, or if you still have the character. Super interested in stuff like that. There's not a lot of people. I mean, I haven't found a lot of people doing like different challenges. The really interesting challenges to me are the challenges that the community have come up with, you know. Those are the best ones. And that's where the Ironman challenge came from, and the Pacifist challenge, the Bronze Man challenge. There's all kinds of them they've come up with. But every once in a while, I'll, get on YouTube and see if I can find a YouTuber who's doing it. You can find older stuff, but if you guys know of somebody who's currently doing the Ironman challenge or some other unique challenge, I honestly would like to know. I'd love to check it out. It's fascinating to me. Well, I mean, it's not fascinating. I just enjoy it. So we're working our way up right around here. We were in this area. We were level 47, I'm pretty sure, when we came here before. And so these level 50s back here, obviously, we're 3 levels higher and 4 levels above the pet. Too risky. I know this place we're going. There's a couple of patrols you have to watch out for. And as long as there's nobody else here killing Yetis, we shouldn't get any crazy respawns or whatever. They should respawn normally behind us as we kill them, you know. Let's heal up the pet here. Have a drink. Restock the arrows while I was in Feathermoon Stronghold. Plenty of arrows. Let's give the pet a piece of this fish. He loves that. I love water. I love the taste of it. Just, especially if you're really thirsty, you just can't beat. Just can't beat it. Really, it's all you need. It's what we evolved drinking. But if you grew up and your parents were feeding you, juices which are just sugar, soda, Kool-Aid, stuff like that, then you probably, like, I can understand why some of my younger cousins would think water is gross, right? Because there's no sugar in it. I remember when I first moved back, I lived in California for a while. I lived all over, but I was in California, and after my mother passed in the end of 2009, I moved back to Virginia. It's where I grew up. And I was staying with one of my aunts for a while until I, got a job and eventually got my own place. But my cousin has 2 children. So they're much younger. Obviously, they were kind of kids when I was living there in 2010, 2011. But I was juice fasting, I remember. I do that from time to time where I drink nothing but green juice. I've got a juicer and, delicious. There's recipes you can make. It's like one of the healthiest things you can do for your body. And she came in and saw me mixing this stuff up, and she was really concerned. she's like, oh my God, what are you doing? You need to eat some real food. Oh boy. I gotta pull back. Got a wolf here. All right, there we go. The bear kind of had a weird patrol right there. Yeah, we would have pulled that for sure. Anyway, I was trying to explain to her. I was like, this is real food. You know, what people call organic, that whole craze, that's just shit your grandparents used to eat, man. It's just natural food. That's all it is. But I was trying to explain to her about micronutrients versus macronutrients and how, you know, healthy it was and what it can do for you. And she just, all she saw was green, disgusting liquid. So real food for her was like macaroni and cheese, Taco Bell. Like the complete opposite of actual food. That's just highly processed garbage. All that shit is. I know it's good, right? But there's a reason it tastes good. Anyway, not trying to get on a nutrition kick. I don't know why I started talking about that. All right, we'll start seeing the Yetis right up here on this little cliff here. I like how they give this area, every time I've done this, this area is always kind of open. And I feel like they did this in case you've got to run the hell on out of here. I don't know. I do like it. I'm surprised there's not a Yeti here. I hope there's nobody here. Okay, I don't think so. Well, we got a guy right here. So this is nice. So looks like the levels are good. This is a level 46. I thought these would all be 49 or 50s. So if you don't know this, sometimes you'll have a yellow quest. Like, whoops, like this one is. Improved quality. It's a yellow quest, but as you can see, this is a green mob. So even if the mobs are green, but the surrounding area are yellow mobs, the quest will be yellow. That's been my experience. Not to say that some of these won't be yellow, but that is a thing. We got this entire bottom bar down here is all rested XP. I took several days. I haven't touched this character because I was so far ahead in it. So that's a patrol right there. So I'm going to mark the patrols up. And I'm going to try to pull these, well, for short, one by one. I think these ferocious ones will enrage. So we definitely don't want them on us. This is a yellow one. Pretty nice. It's usually not the best drop rate on these. It's good so far. There's another patrol. This is an elder right here. So we're going to... Okay. Got to watch out for that. Double pull there, potentially. I've gotten a blue item several times in the past grinding these mobs here. So we got the patrol. Let's get this guy out of the way. He doesn't move. He's just going to stand here, but I don't want him any closer than that. Have a bunch of new games I'm wanting to try. Games I've never played before. But the schedule right now is just it's too busy. It's too tight. When this comes out, I think I'm releasing 4 videos a day. I don't know if I'm still doing that. I started releasing... So when I started Cataclysm, I was alternating that first video, which comes out at 7 a.m., Mountain Time, U.S. I was alternating between the Cataclysm. The next day is the Hardcore Challenge this, and then back Cataclysm. Whereas before, every day I was doing the Ironman Challenge. But I think for a while I doubled up. Got to disengage there. So I was getting 4 videos a day. I don't know if I'm still doing that. I might be. Anyway, I got a bunch of games on my Steam wish list, and if they go on sale, if I can afford it, I just buy them. I can't really afford anything now, but I picked up some games in the past that have been in there for a while. Reflective heater? Oh. Wow, I wasn't even close. Protective passive. Oh, I picked up a quest here. Let's get that. The health pot that we cannot use. So we can't linger too long here. But they'll pop up back in the order that we killed them, for the most part. Oh boy. Going to let that happen. It's a level 48. I'm going to rapid fire here. Okay, let's switch. I'm going to heal the pet. I have no mana left. Should be able to white shot him down. Put a sting on him if I get the mana to do it. There we go. Rend flesh. 62 damage every 3 seconds. Yikes. He's taking a beating here. He should be fine. Oh, so the ferocious ones don't enrage. It's the rage scars that enrage. Makes sense. The boar's a solid choice, I feel like. Several reasons. One, is you don't have to juggle food. What I mean by that is a boar will eat anything. It'll eat bread, cheese, fruits, meat, fish. They will eat anything. Whereas other types of pets can have a special needs diet. Like a gorilla, you can only feed a gorilla bread or fruit. I think bread. I know for sure fruit. So these mobs have popped up behind me. It's a little quicker than I wanted to. So what I'm going to do, we'll kill this mob, and then I'm going to work my way back down, and then we'll come up again. Really, the dangerous part of this is these, like, 3 patrols or 4 patrols that they have. Also, the charge is so good. I just love it. I can get into combat fast, and I can also pin the target. So I can pull this mob and to position it, and then I send the pet in, and he just sort of pins it. So if I'm out of range here, so if I do this, say I want him to be here, he just pins that. He pins him right in place. You know, if there was another mob that just walked away, but he was coming back, I could pull this mob out without having the mob come all the way to me. I just always liked the boar. We have another one up here. We do not. Yes, we do. Now, I know there's different pets are better in different situations, especially PvP. If you're PvPing, I wouldn't imagine you would want a boar. Probably something with Screech or... I don't know. I think the Ravagers in Burning Crusade that you get in Outland, I think they had something that would pin the target. It was like a stun that they could do. I don't think it was a root, but I think they were pretty good DPS. You want a DPS pet for sure. I don't know. I'm not really a PvP dude. It's fun sometimes, but I'm not good at it. I'm definitely not good at it, but it's fun whenever we've done it on the channel. I played I was healing Battlegrounds, but I think the first PvP series I did was an Orc. Is it an Orc Hunter? I think it was an Orc Hunter. I play Hunter a lot. But then I think I was playing a human priest as well. Yeah, the hunter we called Guns, the Orc Hunter, and the human priest was holy. It was a holy priest healing. We healed some dungeons and some battlegrounds. You can find those Let's Plays on the channel if you're interested. Although not super proud of the Orc Let's Play. I was still having a lot of trouble. Like, when I would get attacked, I would take it personally. I know that sounds ridiculous. But this is kind of how I am. I've gotten over that since then, but it used to be like a thing. I never PvP'd because I couldn't handle it. So I got pretty salty. Quite a bit. But it was fun. It was fun overall. Made a couple of game-winning decisions on the Hunter. That doesn't happen very often. We were doing not the Basin. I can't believe I can't remember the name of it. With the two bases opposite each other, and you got the valley down below. And anyway, we were tied up, and the next person to score would have won. And we were kind of grouped together, but we had a group of Horde or Alliance behind us, and the guy was just going up through the tunnel to cap the flag. But I had placed a frost trap, and all of the Alliance, because they were attacking him, he probably would have died. The Alliance were all over him. They hit that frost trap, and he was able to get away. Capture the flag. And I felt like a hero. It was a pretty solid play. Had I not done it, I mean, who knows what would happen, but I think they definitely would have killed him. Healing is fun. I actually like healing a lot. It can be a little stressful. When I first started healing, I would over-heal so much. Like, not good. Somebody would start taking a little damage, and I'd be like, fuck it. I'd be all over it, right? Like, if anybody got down to a quarter of their, or like 3/4 health, I was, like, panicking. Which is not a good thing. All right, we got to get this guy out of the way. I think he likes fire traps. I can see it in his eyes. He loves them. Yeah, he loves them. So what I'm going to do here, whenever I do a fire trap like this and I have a sting, you'll see me jump around like this for a little bit. The only reason I'm doing that is so the pet gets 2 growls. Because it is easy to pull off of the pet if I go into my rotation with the arcane shot and, you know. I mean, it's not that big of a deal if I pull. I can get out of combat, but it's not very efficient. It's actually a pretty good respawn rate here. Like, it's not ridiculous, but it's not too long either, so you can work your way in and then back out, and you're killing mobs the whole time. You don't have to wait, you know, waiting on something to respawn. Four more. Take this guy. Oh, he's back. I gotta take this guy. That's why you keep the weapon skill up so that you hit disengage. The first time I used disengage, it was in later expansions. At some point, I'm pretty sure disengage for Hunter becomes this thing where your character jumps way back. And I remember doing that in PvP. This was years ago. And I didn't like it. It takes you out of combat, I think. I can't remember, but I just remember my character jumping way back, and I got into even more trouble with it. And so in my mind, disengage was always that. But in classic versions of the game, it's different. It takes you out of combat, but you also drop threat. Well, I mean, if I have a pet, I can't disengage. If I'm meleeing something and I don't have the pet, then obviously there's nothing for me to drop threat to. But it works a little differently than I remember. It's great. I use it a ton on this character. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Love this little soundtrack here. So pull him around this route. We'll take him here. Also, if you didn't know this, see how I'm auto-shooting? Well, wait. Okay, gotta disengage. You probably do know this. But so I'm auto-shooting here. I can move my character. I can jump around like this. And as soon as I stop, she will go back to auto shooting. Probably knew that. I don't know. It's helpful sometimes. For me, it is. Oop, hello there. Getting some nice XP in here. 500. We're getting like 750 to 650 a kill. Healing while that serpent sting works. Pretty good. Still some things we can do in Teneris as well. We have the Tuga Escort quest and killing the, like those elemental things. I don't know what they are in southeastern or southwestern Teneris. We were there. I don't think, it might have been last episode. I don't actually remember. We were looking for the dew-laden gland or something. Fortunately, I had not picked up the quest to kill the other things, but we can do that as well. Boy, I wish I was a skinner. Oh. Those are shoulder... Okay, not in... These are leather. Look at that. We have that. I need to keep checking this stuff. I have to remember... So it's marked as garbage, the little gold coin there, because it's a gray item, essentially trash. But these can be upgrades. As a matter of fact, some of the pieces we've worn have been marked as trash by my add-on. Don't want that. So I have this add-on. Whoops. Disengage here. I think it's part of Leatrix Plus automation right here. Sell junk automatically. I have to turn that off, otherwise it automatically sells the gray items. And I don't want that. I should not have applied Serpent Sting there. It's a waste. All right, we just need one more. And I can hearth right back to Feather Moon. One of the rare times I have my Hearthstone where it's useful. At level 51, I will be taming a Fell Paw Ravager, level 51 wolf, in Fellwood, so that I can get bites. Rank number, is it 7? Yeah, we get bite 7. He only has 6 training points here, so I can't afford bite 6. And oh my gosh, this should be okay. No, I did pull. It's okay. The pet's going to be all over him. Make sure we get that hunter's mark on him. Also got a great tip about the Dark Moon Fair. Apparently, I think is it hippogriff feathers? Or some kind of feather. You can get a 14-slot bag. Thank you for that. I never knew that. That's what I love about the people who watch and are interested. I often find out things about the game I had no idea. I've been playing this game since December 2004. And I gotta say, man, sometimes I feel like a complete noob. I really do, because I'm kind of a creature of habit. I tend to do the same things, and, it prevents me from learning something new. I mean, there's a lot of things I do know about the game, but probably nothing that actually helps you. I don't know. But I appreciate the helpful tips. I really do. It's engaging for me, honestly. Good boy. Good boy, Nancy. Nancy the boar. He's the goodest of boys. I just watched, well, I have a little bit left of it. Friend of the channel, Mr. Lebanese Scrooge. He's a chef. He's got a YouTube channel. If you're into food or just being entertained, I would highly recommend it. Stop by. If you like it, maybe give him a sub over there. But he has this series he just started called Lunch with Lebanese. Brother, if you're watching, how you doing? Almost finished that episode. He interviewed an artist, and he cooks like a 10-course meal while he's interviewing the person. It was pretty good, I gotta say, man. It's really good, in fact. Let me be careful here. Pull this guy here. I don't know anything about food. I mean, I know what's healthy and what's not healthy, but as far as food preparation and preparing and seasonings, and I'm a real basic guy. I don't know anything. I'm not like a foodie at all. But it's interesting to me to watch somebody who's passionate and knows what they're talking about. Doesn't matter what the subject is. I think, I don't know, it makes the whatever you're watching more interesting, I think. He's got a bunch of cooking, like guides, recipes, and there's a new thing he just started doing.
Well done.
There it is. So I've actually been invited. I don't know if it's going to happen because I've got some pretty severe social anxiety, but I've been invited for him to interview me. He lives out in Oklahoma. It could happen. I don't know. We'll see. Most of me wants to do it, but there's this thing in the back of my mind, where I'm just, well, I'm anxious about it. Oh, it's a whole bunch of weird stuff. And my anxiety people would probably, it's kind of hard to describe or put a finger on it. But it's very interesting to think about, that's for sure. I don't know why he wants to interview me. I don't think I'm that interesting. Let's just hearth back here. So I'm going to hide this quest. This is an escort quest, is it? Yes, it is. So she's up here. This escort quest, there's a night elf up here. You have to escort her back to, I think it's a big stone giant. But there are giants in the area and harpies up here. We might... something we could think about doing. It's okay for an escort quest because I believe it's an escort quest where the NPC follows you. She follows your pathing. All right, let's turn this in.
Looking for something specific?
Here's Mr. Pratt.
Safe travels.
Safe travels.
Have a good one.
Oh, that would be pretty good for us, but we cannot wear it. We can sell it for a gold, though.
See you around.
This is repeatable?
See you later.
Oh, this was the extra quest I picked up.
See you
Forgot
around.
about that.
Have a good one.
Where?
How are you?
Well, let's sell the stuff we can't use here. Yeah, that's the same piece we have. Wicked Claw. I don't know if it's worth saving this stuff. Wow, that one piece sells for 25 silver according to my auctioneer add-on that I have. We'll hold on to this to feed to the pet.
See you later.
Alrighty, well, I guess that'll do it for this episode. Next episode, there's a possibility we will be in Searing Gorge. I'll look at the map, try to figure out a good place for us to go, but that will do it for this one. I do appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit. You guys and gals, take care. Iron Woman and myself will catch you in the next episode.
Bye.
Peace.